Linear relation and rate of change. In these questions, we are trying to write a linear equation from a problem in which we have a constant rate of change, right? So when we say writing a linear equation, that means kind of y equals to mx plus b, where m, the slope, is the rate of change. Now the question here is, a bus is driving at 80 kilometers per hour towards airport, starting from 200 kilometers away. So let's first write down our general equation, which is y equals to mx plus b. In this, b is the initial value, which is starting from 200 kilometers away. M is the slope, which is the rate of change, which is 80 kilometers per hour. So when we are talking about distance and time, then rate of change is speed, right? So remember this triangle. So that is the distance, speed and time relation, right? So let me write distance d here, speed and time, correct? So that is how these are related. So speed is distance divided by time. Change in distance over change in time gives us speed, and that is m, right? And we will also refer to it as rate of change. So rate of change of distance with time is speed, right? So I hope you understand the question. Now let's read what these A, B, C parts are and answer them. Write an equation relating the distance of bus from airport to the amount of time it has traveled. State the meaning of variables, right? So basically, we need to write an equation of the form y equals to mx plus b and state the meaning of variables, correct? Now since the bus is being driven at a constant rate of 80 kilometers per hour and it is approaching airport, distance is decreasing. Since the distance is decreasing, we'll use minus sign for rate of change, and it is decreasing at the rate of 80 kilometers per hour, right? So we get our equation as y equals to minus 80x plus 200, right? Where x is time in hours, right? Kilometers per hour. Time is the independent variable in hours for our example, and y is the dependent variable dependent on time, and the unit for y, which is distance from airport, is in kilometers, right? So that is the equation. How far will the bus be from airport after 90 minutes? Now remember, our units are hour, not minutes. So we need to convert 90 minutes to hours. So 90 minutes equals to 90 divided by 60, which will give us 1.5 hours. So 1.5 hours, right? So we know now time, this is time or x value. How far will the bus be from airport after 90 minutes? That means after 1.5 hours. So we'll plug in 1.5 for x and calculate the value, right? So let's do it. So we'll write y equals to minus 80 times 1.5 plus 200. So initially it is 200 kilometers away, and in 1.5 hour, if it travels with 80 kilometers per hour, 1 hour 80 kilometers, half an hour plus 40, 120, right? That is what we get here. 80 times 1.5 with a minus sign, 120, right? So it is minus 120 from 200. So we get 80 as our answer, right? 200 minus 180. So the bus will be 80 kilometers away from the airport after 90 minutes. That's how we answer. I hope you understand. Part C is, when will the bus reach the airport if it started at 10 a.m. correct? Now, if it started at 10 a.m., we'll find how much time it takes and add that to this time, right? When the bus reaches airport, distance will be 0. So using our equation, we get 0 equals to minus 80x plus 200. Now we can bring 200 on this side. So we get minus 200 equals to minus 80x. Now to find x, we'll divide by minus 80. So we get minus 200 divided by minus 80, right? And that gives us 200 divided by 80. Minus minus cancels. We get 2.5. We get 2.5. So in 2.5 hours, bus will reach the airport, correct? So 2.5 hours means what time? Just started at 10 a.m., right? So 10 a.m., correct? I have to write 00. So 2.5 hours, that means it will be afternoon. 12.5 hours means 30 minutes. So 12:30 p.m. So that is the time when bus will reach the airport, right? Alternate way to do it was, when will the bus reach the airport? Bus needs to cover 200 kilometers, correct? And it's moving with the speed of 80 kilometers per hour. Therefore, time taken will be 200 is the distance divided by 80 is the speed, right? Time is distance divided by speed. And that gives us 2.5, right? 8 goes 2 times 16 and 40 is 0.5. 2.5 hours, right? So, half an hour means 30 minutes. And so we get our time as 12:30 p.m. So the answer is bus will reach the airport at 12:30 p.m. Correct? So that's how we are going to solve this problem. I hope you understand and appreciate how we can translate a real life situation into mathematical equation, and in this case it is being linear relations, correct? Thank you.